With Controlled Force, you no longer need multiple defensive tactics programs. As a full-service solutions provider, Controlled Force excels in delivering the most advanced defensive tactics to cover all of your training requirements. We do this by using the best of all programs to create one single powerful system. Our mission is to improve the safety of each and every person working to protect the security of our nation. We accomplish this by instilling in our instructors the knowledge and skills needed to operate with control and confidence. With over 20 years of experience, Controlled Force has trained over 11,000 certified personnel from military to law enforcement, both domestically and internationally. We are known to greatly increase instructor proficiency and innovate the way content is delivered. Our methods of training are proven by countless results. A student from Lackland Naval Base praised our program. This course was the best professional development and USD training I've ever had in my military or civilian career. The solutions we provide allow for fleet instructor sustainment and facilitate student mastery in security forces. This is where it begins. The Controlled Force program utilizes 5 basic building block holds known as Mechanical Advantage Control Holds, or MAC. These holds are the backbone of the training system and are designed to be incorporated with any current defensive tactics program. These 5 core holds are easily taught, utilized, and retained. Many believe each student needs to memorize these holds and recall them during a response to an arrest and control, or in some cases, for self-defense. This is simply not so. Everything Controlled Force teaches has a purpose and is designed to develop skill sets necessary to perform their duties. We consider the 5 MOC holds a vehicle, a way to gain and maintain control of any situation.
Crouch your feet, rear your butt, arm out, palm up, turn away from the center of my voice.
After this segment of training, we move on to handcuffing with both a compliant and a non-compliant subject. What is very important is that once handcuffed, the subject must be brought back into a sitting or standing position as quickly as possible while avoiding injury to the subject. Once we have open communication between instructor and student by using a 1 through 5 number system, we immediately place the students into team situations. This teaches the students that every one of them has an area of responsibility, or AOR. They each have jobs to do, and they learn how to read each situation quickly and effectively. Rather than pulling in 3 different directions, they learn how to work together to achieve one goal. In this lesson, it's how to place a resistor into a controlled prone position. Team arrest can also be done by incorporating a K9 if one is available. The principles are all the same. The team concept teaches the students how to communicate, which is the skill set that is needed throughout the program. We then move to baton drills. The baton is used to reinforce the hand control that the students were taught earlier. The baton adds an advantage by giving the student leverage to help them control a resisting subject. The baton is also utilized as a self-defense tool to avoid a physical assault from an attacker. The key is to maintain control without injuring the subject, then placing them into a prone position for arrest. We then move on to lead hand drills. Students are now taught how to sharpen each other's skills. So when teaching, the attacker needs to know how to attack, forcing the students to utilize defense skills. Step 1 is to engage the subject head-on. The subject will find himself on the inside of the attack. He is immediately trained to move to step 2. an outside vantage point to gain subject control. In step 3, they are taught to disengage. This is a very important transition because this is where a student needs to make a decision. Do I re-engage? Do I transition to pepper spray? Do I transition to baton? Do I transition to my firearm? Well, we are not there yet, so in this case, we teach the students to re-engage and run them into step 4, what we call a rolling 3 drill. This teaches the students to let go of a technique that is failing and then deal with the now immediate threat, which in this case is an attack from the other hand. Step 5 is to teach them how to win by taking the subject into control, placing them on the ground into a prone position. The next drill is considered advanced hand-to-hand. This teaches the students how to defend and how to respond simultaneously. Defend, disrupt, attack. These fast hand and eye coordination drills help the students prepare for what is to come next. Countermeasure drills. Countermeasure drills is a routine that is taught to the students so they both defend and attack continuously with each other. Once a routine is established between the students, the instructors will disrupt the drill. In this case, a knife is suddenly thrown in, forcing the defender of the knife to change up their routine and respond to the knife effectively. The defender will then strip the knife from the attacker, pick it up, and the roles now change. The attacker becomes the defender. Once the drill is mastered, we then incorporate something that would raise the stress factor a bit. In this exercise, we would use something called the shock knife.
Joe, Force Nation, here we are training United States Navy. What day is it? Shock knife. Shock knife.
During this drill, we find that fine motor skills cease to exist, so the student learns how to work with their stress to make the response an effective one. This completes the base of the training. We can now prepare the students for very job-specific exercises using what was taught earlier. We can work this towards unarmed officers, for example, corrections officers, who are very limited to what they can transition to. If students are required to carry weapons, such as firearms or secondary weapons, we begin with weapon handling, where the students learn how to properly hold their weapons. We take the weapons and place them into their strong hand, then move them to their support hand, then back to their strong hand. We teach them how to move sideways, backwards, and forwards, all while transitioning from strong to support. We then get them moving with the weapons, making sure they continue to transition their weapons from strong side to support side, focusing on muzzle discipline. Next, we have them move into close proximity with each other in a glass house environment. The team building is the main focus of these drills. They work hallways, room entries, left corner fed, right corner fed, and center fed rooms. These are not tactics. These are skill sets. We prepare them for all types of entries. These drills develop skill sets that students will use to handle their weapons efficiently throughout other lessons. We then develop a working, stable platform to effectively perform magazine changes both with their primary and secondary weapons. Team movement also utilizes the weapon transitions between the strong hand and the support hand, focusing on when to make the transition. We then prepare for live fire, if available. Students will shoot from a standing, kneeling, and prone position. Students will shoot live fire with their strong hand and support hand. They are then taught when to shoot, when to stop shooting, and when to shoot again by paying attention to their surroundings and communication through triggered discipline. We then move to facilities where all lessons can be implemented. Lessons learned can be used during response to shooters, PSD, ECP, vehicle stops, prisons, brigs, jails, or as simple as a subject on the street resisting arrest. Once the students successfully complete this course, meeting all the criteria requested by the client, they will be prepared to do the job that is expected of them. So how does Controlled Force equip your instructors with the skills they need? There are 5 tiers of certifications, starting with a certified operator. A certified operator is a student that has successfully completed and graduated one course to its entirety. They understand what it takes to do the job and are now armed with the confidence they need to perform their duties. They are trained professionals and are certified to do so. Tier 2, a certified sustainment operator is an appointed instructor of the DoD. We consider these individuals sharers of information. Their skills are recognized by Controlled Force master instructors who graduate them as certified sustainment operators. Tier 3 is a certified instructor. To become a certified instructor, a sustainment operator must complete a minimum of 3 full training sessions with a master instructor as their mentor. They will assist and conduct drills, showing they have a clear understanding of what is being taught. Upon completion of the sessions and approval by the master instructor, they will become certified for 1 year. To maintain their certification, they will be required to teach, assist, or recertify once a year.
Okay, you know somebody else, you know what to do, so you do it. You guys get what I'm saying? We're gonna rotate. You guys are gonna slide over this one story, babe. But really, when y'all first came in here, locked down the compounds, the last couple movements, it was really, really good. So I'm excited to see what y'all are gonna be like in this 2-story in about 45 minutes. But good job, y'all. Thank you. Get some water and then go ahead and let us row know to rotate. Thank you.
Tier 4 is a certified senior instructor. This is an instructor who has attended 6 separate training classes within a 2-year period and understands the curriculum to its entirety. The senior instructor is responsible to maintain standards and continue to mentor instructors within the cadre.
Alright? Be easy on the wrist because you don't want to hurt his elbow, but always take that elbow and guide it through. Alright? Stay in your sport hand. Wait for an instructor to come around and check it.
I got right. We got middle. Get up there, penetrate. I got right. I got left. I got middle. I got middle. I got left. I got right. Team.
Tier 5 is a certified master instructor. This is an instructor who has attended a minimum of 10 separate training sessions. A certified master instructor is a member of our elite Train the Trainer team. Certified master instructors hold the important role of teaching and certifying future Controlled Force DoD instructors.
Go to right, go to 1. Go to 2. Go to 3. Switch your feet. Switch your feet. Where are you? Inside or outside? Underneath here. This way right here. Right.
A very common problem with training your team is the program starts to get diluted after being passed down from instructor to instructor. This is because on average, less than 10% of what is learned can be retained. The old school way of dealing with this is to read through a huge manual, but this can be tedious and very ineffective. This lack of retention and dilution of training causes many problems, whether it be the overuse of force in low-threat conflicts or being unable to effectively perform in a life or death situation. This is why Controlled Force has created the Combat Training Retention Module, or the CTR module. The CTR module allows you to access every portion of your training just as it was taught the very first day. Now your team will receive the exact same training every time and ensure that every student and instructor can be held to the same standards of training. In the initial page of the CTR module, you can see an overview of each day of training in the video, and the corresponding day will be highlighted to show where you can access that portion of the training. By clicking on the menu, you can access each section of the written manual divided by the day, so you don't have to flip through a stack of pages to find what you're looking for. Once you've accessed the portion of the manual that you're looking for, you can read through the training process as you would with any other manual. But where the power lies here is you could click on the title of the training, and it will bring you straight to the video demonstration of your training the day you initially learned it. What makes these videos different is that it's not a demonstration of others performing the training. They are videos of your team specifically being trained. If you're looking for a certain step to be demonstrated, you can simply click on it to navigate the video to where that step is being performed. Each step is accompanied by its description below the video, which is pulled straight from the manual. You also have the ability to loop a step of your training by clicking on the loop switch in the bottom left. This gives you the ability to really break down your training and maximize your training standards. By clicking on the clock, you could play the video in slow motion to visualize each movement to its finest detail. To eliminate the need to keep referring back to the manual, your entire day of training can be found on the right side, so you can simply navigate through the training from top to bottom. The controlled force CTR module is also compatible with your mobile device, so you can access it anywhere at any time. When your team is outside running through drills, you can now easily refer to the controlled force CTR module without the need to flip through a manual, read through pages, or carry around a computer. Don't let your team settle for anything less than 100% retention of their training. Make sure your team is ready to protect themselves and others in all situations by using the controlled force CTR module to your advantage. Not only does Controlled Force deliver the most powerful training system to date, but we have also provided an innovative solution to solve critical problems that arise after the training has been completed. Controlled Force is the only company that will continuously innovate the way your students and instructors learn and deliver defense tactics that protect our guardians and our nation. Don't settle for anything less than the highest level of training. Make sure that all of your personnel are 100% prepared to defend themselves and have the confidence to protect our nation.
Ooh.